Hello.
Hey, this is Marlo Blue calling for Bobby Whitlock.
It is?
Yes.
Yeah, you got me.
Great, Bobby. Hi, I'm Guy Schwartz's girlfriend here in Houston, and I work for KPFT, one of the news stations here.
That's right.
What I was interested in specifically is he said that your book had been one of those that had been taken off of Amazon.com while they are negotiating or whatever they're trying to do. What are they trying to do?
It turns out that it's not, which is really weird. What happened was that it's been top-rated, #1 in rock music and music biography, #1 in music biographies as well, for 14 months. And every day I would just see it. It was like, well, I guess it's the same, you know. And that's all based on customer ratings, you know. And my book has got 93 out of 99 five-star ratings. And so it wasn't coming off. It didn't look like. And then I looked at it one morning about a week ago, not even a week ago, and it's still there. Made my tea and had my toast and started to check it again as I walked out the door, and I was nowhere to be found. I mean, the whole everything had been everything, the background, everything. The whole site had been changed on Amazon. The complete site on biographies and arts and literature and rock music. And the ones that they were defining as rock and roll was those guys, you know, holding on picking another guy up by his legs, and they got chains and bad tattoos and sticking their tongue out and named Sticky and Icky and Sticks and all these, you know, heavy metal stuff, you know. And I was like, I was nowhere to be found.
Wow.
It was absolutely amazing. But I checked, and I'm still, it just took me off the ratings. But I'm still like number 5. It was number 5 2 days ago, number 13 in the top 100 bestsellers. But the ratings are gone, but the book is available. I checked, so it's still available, but they just completely. All I could come up with, and I was talking to Mark Roberti, my editor and partner, was that the only way they were going to get us off of there is to change their site and redefine what they call rock music. You know, and it looks like that's what they did. Because my book is still on, it's still there. I checked just this morning, and I went, wow, it's amazing. I thought it was they took it off completely. Like I was just it was just the ratings.
Yeah. What's the name of your book?
Bobby Whitlock, a rock and roll autobiography.
And tell my listeners a little bit what it's about.
Well, it's an autobiography, so it's about my life from when I was a little boy. I didn't know when I started. It just happened. I didn't mean to start writing a book, but I had always, everybody said, you should write a book. And one time I tried, years ago, I sat down and I went, born March the 18th, 1948, as far as I got. Well, now I didn't think anything about it. And then when this happened, in September of 2008, I just had this outpouring, and it just and it went from started with my childhood and right up to here in Austin, Texas, and pretty amazing. I had an outpouring. It was like 476 stories that came out, and what happened was I was on a friend of ours had given us a music site. That's with a bunch of audio files called the Steve Hoffman Music Forum. Given it to Coco and I several years, like in 2006 or something. And we hadn't even bothered to, because it's pretty involved getting on there, and it has 17 or 1,800 members of the forum. And about 2 years after we had it, we just happened to get on it one day, and there was a question on there, who was the girl in the middle of the Layla album cover, in the photo? And well, that was Kay Poorboy, and I told Coco, I said, that's Kay Poorboy, and she knew who it was, but Kay got her head on her hand and her long brunette hair is hanging down. She was in love with Carl Radel, our bass player, but that was to never be, and when he passed, she took her life herself the following Christmas, but what the import of this, and they buried her next to him after all of that. But the import of the thing is that there was this outpouring that took place, a complete outpouring from all these audio files. And then said, "This is Bobby Whitlock," And the next thing you know, is one thing led to the next, and the questions, literally thousands of questions, and offering up different scenarios about Derek and the Dominos and All Things Must Pass, and Delaney and Bonnie and these bands that I've been with, and I had all this information, and no one had ever heard of it, and it was like I were a bee, and everybody I had ever been involved with, it was like a bee flitting from flower to flower, collecting all the pollen, and eventually it just spilled out, and I was spilling my guts to the world. I didn't realize it on this music forum, and suddenly Mark Roberti, who is the #1 music historian, he's written 30 books and 13 are about Eric Clapton. He said, "This has got to be Bobby Whitlock." And he said, "Do you realize this is fate telling you should write a book?" I said, "I don't know anything about it." And he said, "Let me think about this." And he came back to me and defined his role as my editor. And we got off of the forum and onto a private, cut and paste deal.
Sure.
And he would just ask me questions and open doors for me. And then we had a total of 476 stories, and he had categorized and cataloged them all, and crossed the T's and dotted the I's, and made I remembered places. I just didn't remember, like the Black Prince in Bexley in Kent. I couldn't remember that, but I could tell the story of Derek and the Dominos playing there. Huh. And it was all pretty incredible. I did a song by song for the Layla album, a song by song for All Things Must Pass. Who's playing what, who's singing what, walk you into the room. It's just like you're standing right next to me. This ability just came, it just came as I needed it. And every morning, about 4 o'clock in the morning, like the voice would say, "Get up, it's time." I'd have to get up, come downstairs, not knowing what was going to happen, and then I'd have some coffee and wait, and this flood of creativity would rush through, and it was absolutely amazing. And we got to so many stories, and Mark said, "I think this is the end," and because it kept going, because we're going to have to pull the plug somewhere. And he put these stories together. We of course, edited it down and put all these stories together and gave it he juxtaposed things like you were in a movie and it's flashing back. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely amazing. Now, I couldn't write a book if you said you need to write a book, and people are talking about it now, and I didn't write that book. It wasn't me.
Well, you can take the royalties, though.
Yeah, I take the royalties and all the other stuff that goes along with it, but I didn't do that, Yeah. I was just that place, like a song or my voice or my playing. I was just that place where that thing came through. It just so happened to be a book about my life, and it brings it right up to date, and it's pretty amazing, if I say so myself, and I do.
Well, that's good. Hey, Bobby, do you have a web page or something that people can buy the book to you directly? What is that URL?
Well, you can go to Amazon, of course, and you can get it to Amazon and Kindle, and you can go to McFarlane and Company Publishers, that's my publishers, and get it through there, or you can get it through Eric Clapton's Where's Eric fanzine. And so, or through any of Eric's sites. But Bobby Whitlock and CocoCarmel.com, that's our website. And Domino Bobby Whitlock and Bobby Whitlock are on we have Facebook sites as well. So and Coco Carmel has Coco has hers, and a lot of fun these days. Lots going down. Yeah. We're going to as of the last 2 days come home, and people from India, from Bangalore, want us to headline the festival there in May. And in Bangalore, India, the Indigo Blues and Jazz and Blues Festival. So we're going to take this real rock and roll and feed it to the Indians, you know.
Yeah. Man,
It's going to be a lot of fun.
You betcha. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But, hey, I hope you got what you needed. I appreciate it myself.
Oh, absolutely.
And Coco and I got to say, no, man, this is just the day before yesterday. UPS truck arrived with our new CD called Esoteric.
Nice.
And today is a release date. She just got through going to the post, so it's available on iTunes. And it's called Esoteric, and it's absolutely incredible. It's a studio thing. Coco produced it and recorded it and mixed it, and she played and sang on it and everything on it, so am I. And our friend Brandon Temple, who plays drums, is our drummer.
Awesome.
And it's absolutely an amazing album, and a testament to the abilities that Coco has. She's one of these of cosmic consciousness, one of these people that can do everything she sets her mind to and do a dadgum good job of it, you know. I think I can, and I mess up stuff left and right, but she actually does. And she produced this and everything. It's an amazing record, I gotta say.
Well, excellent, Bobby.
That's what's going on in our world. I mean, as of this very moment.
Yeah.
So cool. And then come see us at the Saxon any Sunday at 6 o'clock. Got the best band on. Well, they're coming from Houston.
Yeah.
We got people that come regularly from Houston and Dallas, and actually people flown twice from Tokyo. I mean, from from Alaska. Just to come see Coco, and it's amazing. Well, I'm one of those guys that work for the No Age.
There you go.
24/7, you know. Give you guys something to play. You know?
There you go, man.
But I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bobby. Have a good one, and all the best to Coco.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
The complete site on biographies in arts and literature and rock music, and the ones that they were defining as rock and roll was those guys, you know, holding on picking another guy up by his legs, and they got chains and bad tattoos and sticking their tongue out and named Sticky and Icky and Sticks and all these, you know, heavy metal stuff, you know, and yeah.
Hey, this is Marlo Blue calling for Bobby Whitlock.
It is?
Yes.
Yeah, you got me.
Great, Bobby. Hi, I'm Guy Schwartz's girlfriend here in Houston, and I work for KPFT, one of the news stations here.
That's right. That's right.
What I was interested in specifically is he said that your
biographies as well for 14 months, and every day I would just see it. It was like, well, I guess it's the same, you know. And that's all based on customer ratings, you know. And my book has got 93 out of 99 five-star ratings, and so it wasn't coming off. It didn't look like. And then I looked at it one morning about a week ago, not even a week ago, and it's, you know, still there. Made my tea and had my toast and started to check it again as I walked out the door, and I was nowhere to be found. I mean, the whole everything had been laid. Everything, the background, everything, the whole site had been changed on Amazon.
The book had been one of those that had been taken off of Amazon.com while they are negotiating or whatever they're trying to do. What are they trying to do?
It turns out that it's not, which is really weird. What happened was that it's been top-rated, #1 in rock music and music biography, #1 in music